Welcome back to our channel.
So we had the opportunity to tour the Holy Lands for 8 days, and we hope you guys enjoy these videos on our time in Israel.
In June of 2023, Kendrick and I had the unique experience of visiting the Holy Lands with Kendrick's mom's extended side of the family. Everyone got to go. It was an incredible trip. This is day 7 of 8 in Israel, so we are wrapping it up. Today we got to visit the Mount of Beatitudes, and we got to go to Capernaum and see St. Peter's house. We got to visit the Catholic Church of Bread and Fishes. We got to go to Mary Magdalene's hometown, Magdala, and we got to have a boat ride on the Sea of Galilee. And we got to visit some other ancient churches, and then we headed back to our hotel to swim. This is where Christ spoke the Beatitudes for 5,000 people, and I never understood why 5,000 people could hear him at the same time. If he's standing at the right spot, 5,000 people, they tested it, 5,000 people could hear the person. The dark stone represents Christ's ministry, and the light stone represents his upbringing and his birth.
600 to 700 feet below sea level. We are below sea level in the Jordan Valley. So we are higher than the Dead Sea, which is almost 1,200 feet below sea level.
This is Peter's house in Capernaum, or Capernaum as our guide is saying.
So much stuff happened in this town. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was like 3,000 people. This is the inner room that was, go ahead, that was like the church.
This would have been Peter's home back in Jesus' day. The bigger rocks on the bottom are all original, and it was expanded a few times.
Was it twice that it was expanded upon, that it was changed a little bit, but that the inner walls there are all original.
The inner room is the same special room that I guess they would have had like church in it. It was like the most special room. And this is where they dug a hole into the roof because they couldn't get to Jesus, and they lowered the lame man down, and Christ healed him.
It was also where Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law. Was this very house.
So next we're gonna go see the synagogue where Christ healed the man with the withered hand, and he got a bunch of people were mad at him for doing that.
All the dark stones around the bottom are original. The lighter stones around the top are not.
Okay, let's go. Notice the spaceship above Peter's house. It looks like a spaceship. This is one of the Catholic churches. They love to build their churches right over or in the same place as something incredible or Christ's miracle or teaching or whatever. They are big on the location of where it happened, and so they have Mass and prayer up there. So it's like built over top of the Peter's house. This is the synagogue in Capernaum where Christ healed the man with the withered hand, and the Pharisees, Sadducees were not happy because he did it on the Sabbath. This is not original, but the dark stone on the foundation is original.
So these are all ruins of original homes that were here during Jesus' time. The stones, the lighter stones, the backgrounds are all part of the synagogue that we were in earlier. So this cone right here is part of the millstone, and this here is the other part. So the cone sits where it is right now. The other part flips upside down on top of there. The grain goes in the top of that, and then you spin the top part, and all the grains come out along the bottom of the cone there.
It would be better, Christ said, it would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. That is a millstone. Where they placed the Torah. So this is original?
Yeah, all of this is original, except for that stone in the middle. So this was a synagogue and a school. This was the hometown of Mary Magdalene. And it's not far from Capernaum, so there's a good chance that Jesus taught at this synagogue.
Simply because the hills are round, but also the Sea of Galilee is round. If you look on a map, it looks like a harp. The musical instruments, the harp. That's why another name for the Sea of Galilee. So Galilee because it's round. Kinneret is the other name because it looks like a harp.
Awesome. Very gorgeous. Very toasty warm.
Roasting.
Don't know if you can hear us or not. It's very, very windy, but we are on the Sea of Galilee. Very cool.
Peter, James, and John had a little sailboat.
Back in biblical times, there were many towns around the Sea of Galilee. There were international highways that crossed through this area. So this is maybe another reason why Jesus chose to come here and live for 3 years to do his ministry, because he was thinking, I want this message to go everywhere. I want it to be spread everywhere. There are 3 agricultural fields, agricultural plains around the Sea of Galilee. These are, by the way, some are mangoes, some are avocados, and we passed some bananas. Extremely fertile soil.
tomorrow we go to Nazareth, Mount Carmel, and what was the last place? Caesarea by the Sea.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And then a hotel just to shower, and then to the airport for a 12.5-hour flight home. So
Flight leaves at 1:30
I
and
didn't know
lands
that.
at 5:30 a.m. It's a 12-hour flight, so that's going to be interesting.
So it's like we went 4 hours, but we went 12.5 hours because of the time difference.
So yeah.
So we got a lot of packing we need to go do because we got an early wake-up call to do a family picture at 6:40 and then breakfast at 7, and then we have to finish packing and be up to the bus by 8. So
It's going to be interesting.
okay.